Hi art friends, I just wanted to pop in and to give you the next steps of our OpArt activity. And I just wanted to share with you some tips on how to start on some of the vanishing point illusions. And if you work your way up to one of the circular challenges this week, I think that would be amazing. I had a friend who really tried to challenge himself in second grade, and look at this amazing work. Look at this. This is incredible. So as you can see, this is one of the challenge choices. And you can see that my friend here not only did this amazing job with this circular pattern, but did such a fantastic job shading everything in. I'm really, really proud. I think this is incredible. So I just wanted to share that. And I also wanted to give you some tips for getting started. So for the vanishing point, this is towards the end of the slideshow. You're making a point in the corner, okay? So this is in the top left-hand corner of my page. And what I'm doing is I'm taking a ruler, or you can use the back of a notebook or a folder, anything that's a straight edge. And you're going to go ahead and you're going to make lines from that point. And you're going to make them in groups of 2. So I'm making one line, moving it over just a little bit, and making the second line. Then I'm going to a brand new spot. I'm going to make a line, scoot it over just a little bit to make that second line. And the purpose in doing that is so that when you are shading, you're giving yourself a space to do that, to create your illusion. So I'm just going to keep working around the page in the same way. As you can see, I'm using my sketchbook, so I have that little spiral on the side, making it just a little bit tricky to get my ruler in there. And I'll do a second line again, making it a little closer. Okay, and then I continue the pattern. I can even make short ones towards the top. It's pretty easy. The spirals are not getting in the way up there. And then from the bottom, I'll do it that way so the spirals don't stop my pen going this way and going this way. So, of course, this is a great place to start if you're feeling like you're not sure how to begin. And once you could even do a couple more in there. And then what you can do is you can take, I'm using a pen, but you're going to use a pencil because that'll make things a little easier, especially if there's a mistake. And what we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to shade, okay, throughout there. And you're just going to add that shading. Again, yours in pencil will be better than mine in pen. And what you can do is you can also play around with how you shade. So for instance, because I'm working in pen, I'm kind of sticking to the same amount of shading, but you know, with your pencil, you can press more or less depending on how you're working to get a different effect. You can keep this a little lighter in here, and you can make a little stronger line on the outside. That will help to trick the eye and help with our optical illusion. Okay. And the key that we want to take here, key takeaway, is that we want to make sure that we're creating a little bit of a pattern. So for instance, in this one, I need a darker edge on the outside. So if I go down to this side and I start to shade this in the same way, I want to then go back in, I'll show you that, and really make sure that there's a dark line on the edge here. The more you can continue patterns, and of course you can make your own too, you can feel free to be creative with that. The more you create the pattern, the better off the trick of your eye is going to be. So I just want to point that out as well. So again, if you're having trouble and you're not sure where to get started, the vanishing point is a great place to begin so that you can feel really confident. And then you can eventually work your way to some of the other choices that have either wavy lines, the bent paper, weaving, or the circular. So again, the point is always the same. You're going to start with the very first step of the sample that I gave you. For example, the bent paper, I'm just going to show you that. With the bent paper, it actually only starts with 3 lines. And with the bent paper, what you're going to do is you're going to actually create lines that go towards each other. So for the bent paper, you'll go like this. Go like this one, more straight up and down. And then one that's a little wider out to the side. Okay, and they're all heading towards each other in the middle of the paper. And then from there, all you're going to have to do is you're going to have to connect your lines. I'm going to do this freehand so you can see this better, but when I would be working, I would use a ruler. So you can go straight across like this. Then you're going to go down, and you're going to go up, and you're going to go down. And then you basically continue that pattern all the way down the page. And again, with the shading, I'll really leave that up to you, because with the shading, you can create so many different effects. It's limitless. You can choose whatever you would like to be able to add to your pattern, okay? So again, just to close again with my sample here, okay? You can see that once you've laid all your lines and you go back in with the shading, it's the shading that you've created that creates that effect and that trick of the eye. So great job on this. I'm so, so proud. And I hope that you guys have fun with this activity. Take care.